Hello friends, this is Cara-Renee with B.Reborn Art and Healing, coming to you with Mixed Media 101 episode 5. As I mentioned in a previous video, I wanted to come to you and show you a really simple, straightforward way to create some mixed media tags with very little difficulty. There's really no right or wrong. What you're going to want is a tag base. I'm using some Canson mixed media paper. It's not very thick, so I folded mine in half and I glued it together so that they would be a little bit thicker. Then you're going to need some stencils. I went for something really simple, so I've got some script and I have some dots. So we're going to be using, as I mentioned also before, I'm going to be using some lightweight spackling, and this is really interesting. It's very fluffy and not very hard, and it dried very fast. So this one that you see here, I did off camera. I did it last night at 8:26 p.m. and it looks exactly like texture paste. Look at this. Now this brown that you see is I put this on coffee dyed paper, so we're getting some brown grungy, which I actually really like. I might incorporate that in on purpose in the future, because obviously the coffee is not permanent, it's going to move, and so it moved when it started to absorb the texture, or the spackle absorbed some of that coffee, so that's why we got some brown bits in there, which I think is really pretty. This took about 20 minutes to dry. It was very, very, very fast. So I think it's a good, I will link it. I can't remember what I paid for it, but I did get it on Amazon, so I'll let you know. But it is very affordable. It's nice and crispy and beautiful. So that's what we're going to be using today. So you're also going to want some focal points. So all of these images are from Sweet Pea Curiosities. These are her mixed media flowers. So we'll be doing one in kind of yellow tones. And then I got two butterflies here. I wanted to kind of go a little bit grunge on this one. And then this one is a bright. We're going to be bringing out kind of the turquoise colors in that. And so my tags all measure 3.5 inches by, don't remember the height, by 6.5 inches. And I did cut all of the tag shapes a little bit different, just for some variety. I usually cut them all the same. I've got a couple palette knives. I did already gesso each of the bases, so I hope you guys can see the texture there. I did kind of a sloppy, scrapey movement with my spatula, so I just used this kitchen spatula that I've got for the art studio, and I've got a variety of paints. All are fluid acrylics. I've got raw umber, Nicolazo yellow, super, super beautiful color. I do also have cadmium yellow hue, but I don't care for it because it's a little bit more opaque, but we'll see. I have green gold, which is an awesome color. I think would be really pretty with that yellow flower. And then we've got Quinacridone Nicolazo gold, one of my faves, cobalt turquoise, phthalo turquoise, which is a much deeper color than that, so we'll play around with that as well. Quinacridone crimson, I'm not sure if I'm going to get into the reds or not, and then quinacridone red, all from, you can see how I don't take care of my paints. That's terrible. So, but we don't need any of that yet. So I got my spatulas there, and I'm going to set these aside because we don't need those yet, and we're going to go ahead and do our stenciling. So I'm going to start with this one, and I think because it's got a wider area here all over, I think I'm going to go with the script on this one. So I'm just going to bring this over, and this is already getting torn up. I'm really kind of disappointed in the stencil, but you know, it's the way it goes. So I don't want to put it everywhere. So I'm going to just set it down. I want to make sure I don't have any, see, that's a bad bit right there. It's been pulled up. How's everything up here? There's a bad bit there as well. I think we're okay down here in this corner. So I think we will aim for this area, and I'm just kind of getting it straight-ish so that my script is not crooked. And I'm going to go ahead and open the spackle. I already did open it because I used it, but look at how fluffy it is. It's just really, really interesting. it's like snow. It's just, I've never seen anything like it. Actually, I have in an artist grade texture paste. I think it's called paper paste. Yeah. So, but we're gonna do this. So let's get going. As you can see, I am pretty much going over the whole stencil. It's a really finite stencil. It's pretty, the script is kind of spread out, so I decided I'd go ahead and go for the gusto here. Hoping it's not going under the stencil. I feel like the stencil is not great, but I'm having trouble finding just a really good, solid script stencil. They're all just really, really fragile. But let's have the big reveal here. Oh, it is beautiful. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that clean stencil. Like, that is spackle, you guys. Spackle. You could get it at your hardware store. But I'm going to link the Amazon brand, or the Amazon one that I got. So I'm going to set that aside. And I think I want to do one more with script, and then I'll do the other one with the dots. Well, maybe opposite. Maybe we'll do, I need to wipe this off because I'm not going to step away into the kitchen to clean it. So let me just give it a quick, you have to be careful though, because this is actually what can kind of pull those bits up and make them problematic. So if you guys know of a good script stencil, I would love to know about it. It is my biggest nemesis in my art journey here. Okay, there we go. Can set that aside. And let's go ahead and go for this one. I might reach behind me and get another one. I pulled a bunch of them out and then I had second thoughts about it. So these are the ones I pulled out. This one would actually be really pretty. I think we'll use this one. I was debating because I didn't want it to be so bold, but I think we're going to use it. I think we're going to use it. Just trying to decide what I want to have cut off of here. I think I want the whole branch, and maybe just that leaf will be lost there. So I'm going to line this up. Boom. Shall we? Let's do it. Oh, you know what? The reason why I didn't want to do that is I don't want a bunch of white. And that was the reason for the smaller bits. So I'm sorry for that waffling. Let's go back. I wanted to keep this really basic, and I'm not doing a fantastic job at that. So let's just go with the dots. They are cool. So I'm not using much of this spackle. I'm really surprised that the spackle is not going under these stencils. It's really actually quite crisp and clean. I would not have expected that. Look at that. Beautiful. So I think what I want to do in addition is I'm going to use a little bit of this, and I'm just going to kind of scrape it and just kind of blend some stuff out, because you know how I like to do that. Create a little bit of texture, have not predictable edges, you know. I am loving that a lot. Okay, let's pull this back over and see if I want to do the same. Yeah, I do. I'm gonna go ahead and just get some on the edges here. Make some irregular edges. You don't want too much on your palette knife when you're doing this technique, otherwise you might end up with more. I can already feel that spackle is drying. Isn't that crazy? Like, I'm touching it and it's already hard. I couldn't even rub that off if I tried. Pretty epic. Right up my alley. I like quick drying products and something that I can kind of move along and not get hung up on, you know, ridiculous drying time. which as a mixed media artist, I'm pretty used to it, but it still is frustrating at times. Okay. Oh my gosh, this is so pretty. So cool. Look at that, you guys. We're going to get some amazing texture. I'm not paying a lot of attention to my monitor, so I'm kind of in the zone. So forgive me if I get a little off screen. I will try to watch that. So we're setting those aside, and let's do the last one. But I really feel like I want something else. Do you ever feel like that, you guys? Where you're like, something's just not working. Not working. But I don't want anything too bold is my thing. I want something really fine and delicate. So, I don't know. I think we need to stick with what we have. I have more stencils, but I don't really want to fit. Let's pull the Tim Holtz stencils over. This might be pretty. It might be okay. So let's try it. Let's go ahead and try it. Why not? It's just play, right? This one's a little bit fouled up too. Got a bent piece of plastic there and there. Because as you can see, I use them for mixed media. So I'm going to do this. Oh, we got some ink on here. We're getting some colorization, I can tell. Bummer deal. I did not plan on that. I don't like that. I'm going to wipe it off, which I can do. Okay, we're just going to wipe that off. We're going to choose a different stencil. I should have known that. I could see it on the stencil, but I wasn't thinking. So see how we can just wipe that off? Right off that gesso. That off my palette knife as well. Okay. Bummer deal. Okay, let's go ahead and do the script again. I'm feeling the script more than I'm feeling the dots. Oh, we could do both, couldn't we? Why don't we do both? Let's go up into this section this time. And again, I'm just lining up so it's sort of straight. Okay, see what we got. The impression of this is just amazing. When I let these dry, I'll take those stencils and get them washed in the sink so they don't go bad. So let's get the circles out. I'm going to try to do this without messing up. I'm going to have to turn this because I need to control where this stencil goes down if I can a little bit. Oh, that's really cool. I like that. Okay. Let's go up here and put a little bit. Awesome. It's really, really cool. A little bit here. I may be smudging my text, but that's okay. It doesn't look like it. It's really not, doesn't feel like it's moving anything around too terribly much. So we're going to do that same technique and kind of get this around the edges and just get some grunginess, some interest. Oh boy, that's so cool. Oh my gosh. Look at that. That is really neat. Okay, so let's go ahead and I'm going to take a break and I'm going to let this all dry and I'll be back with the next step. Okay, these are nice and dry. Literally 20 minutes, you guys. 20 minutes. It's amazing. It's crisp. It's dry. It's amazing. Absolutely amazing. Even the high points, when I touch them, they're hard. Love it. Now, because I've never tried this before, I don't know if it's like gonna crack off, but I think the advantage to having done gesso underneath is going to be advantageous for us here. So I'm going to set those two aside because I don't want to contaminate anything. I forgot to reach for my water spray bottle. Okay, so we're going to let's decide on which what we want to do. I think I want to do the teal and colors on this one for our butterfly. So I'm going to just spritz this a little bit with some water just to get things the opportunity to move. I'm going to use the phthalo turquoise. It's not one that, I mean, it is a fave color for me, but it's not necessarily one I use a lot because I love my cobalt turquoise. So I need to grab my water as well, my container of water, because then I can dip my brush in more easily as well. So let me just get my, oh, that's so pretty. Okay, so we're going to just tap it on here. We're going to spray some more water and let it run. So I'm going to just get more water there. Love that right there. I'm going to grab some paper towels here. And I'm going to go straight in with my Nicolaizo Gold, I believe. Or no, I don't. I think I want to go in with the Nicolaizo Yellow instead. Putting just a little bit out on my mat here. So pretty. We'll get some interesting colors as they mix, which is, I think, is lovely as well. I'm just going to play here. Okay, so what I'm noticing here, and when I look at my focal point, is we've got a lot more, it's more of a bluish blue, so I'm going to kind of dab a little bit, see if I can pull some of that color up, okay? Which that actually is really pretty right there. My goodness, that's gorgeous. Let me show you a close-up. Really, really beautiful. So then I like to kind of bring this over and see where we're at. So we need more, something that's more blue. So let me bring in another color of blue. Pardon me. I think the manganese blue might be a good option. Didn't realize that was so turquoisey. I don't think I have some half wings, but those aren't turquoise either. I was thinking there was more turquoise in this design, but there's not. So let's bring in some blue, more of a bright blue. Let's see what we get. Well, don't get me wrong, this is absolutely beautiful, but it's not exactly the colors I was going for. But that happens, you know. That's okay. So let's bring in some other color here. So actually, let's go ahead and dry this really quick, because I think if we keep mixing colors, we're gonna have a problem. So give me a moment. Okay, so I'm looking at this. The colors just do not really go. So, but look at this, or even this. but I'm thinking this would be absolutely gorgeous on there. So I think that's what we're going to do. But I do want to get some more of the Nicolazo yellow because I feel like it needs a little more yellow. So I'm going to put a little bit more of that out. Need another paper towel. So beautiful. And so see, because I'm working with transparent layers of acrylic in these fluid acrylics, I'm getting a lot of transparency. So let me show you what I mean here in a second. Let me just get a little more of this yellow in here, and then I want to show you. Oh, I love that so much. Look at that. So do you see the layers? I mean, I can see all the colors that we applied and all of the blends that we got with those colors. Absolutely gorgeous. So we're going to dry this one more time, and then we're going to put our focal point on it, and we'll move on to the next one. So I think I'm going to set this aside until we're done with all of them, and then we'll put the focal images on all of them. But isn't that beautiful? And I also want to take a picture of this because this is something I would make a copy of and reproduce. So really beautiful. A little bit busier than I was going for initially, but I love it, and I'm going to be happy with it. I'm feeling like I might want some splatters on here, maybe with some brown. So I'm going to reach for my fan brush here. And goodness gracious, I'm going to get my raw umber and just get that on the mat and add a little bit of water so I can get some good splatter. And I think that will help bring out the brown in the stamen, the center of that flower. So let's go for it. Oh yeah, look at that. This makes such a mess on my desk, you guys. It's splattering all over my white drawers. It's okay. Okay, but I do have to wipe that up or else it will be very hard to get off. There we go. Everything else can be cleaned, except I think I splattered on my flower too. Okay, I'm going to set that one aside and let it completely dry. I don't like that blotchy bit there, but we're going to roll with it. Okay, I'll get that brush in the water, wipe up the mess, and we're going to be a little bit more strategic on the next one. So let's do this one in, I feel like I want to do some yellow and some of the green gold. So let's just do it. I'm going to just go with my gut here, and if whatever works, works. So we'll get rid of that skin there. I'm already a mess. Look at me. I'm going to just lay that down there. And what other color did I say? The green gold. It's a gorgeous color, really springy green. I thought this would be a fun one for the spring journal. I'm going to go in with a little bit of a bigger brush here. See what kind of different result I get. Got an itchy nose. Sorry, my friends. Okay, so now I have to think about what I'm going to use it for, though. Actually, let's just go with it. We're not going to overanalyze. Just going to do it. I'm going to go in with the yellow first. Okay, I think what we're going to do here is we're going to try to dry between layers and see if we can get a little bit of a different result. So let me zap this really quick, and I'm going to move my camera in. I feel like I'm a little bit far away from y'all. How's that? Better? Okay. Okay. Changing my mind on that green. Don't worry about it. I'm going to try to bend this back into shape. It's still a little bit damp, but that's okay. And I think what I want to do is I want to use this one. So I want to bring out some of the gold and the quinacridone Nicolazo gold, which is a reddish orange. I'm hoping that will help bring in that butterfly, or it might even work for this one. We'll have to see. But let's just go for it. So again, this is Nicolaizo Gold, Quinacridone Nicolaizo Gold, another favorite color. I actually have some fluid acrylics I don't care for colors, so I don't tend to like the reds at all, but I'm not a red person, generally speaking. Okay, so let's go ahead and spray a little bit just here and there. Don't want to overdo this. Oh my gosh, that's pretty. I went way dark on that other one. I wish I had been a little bit more disciplined, because I am loving this. Just the yellow and the Quinacridone Gold is absolutely stunning. See how it just moves and flows? Because it's got all that water, and it's got this beautiful gessoed surface that we're working with, which is if you didn't gesso your mixed media paper or your paper first, you would get a different result than what we're getting here. So there's no right or wrong, good or bad. It's just, it is what it is, you know. I love getting this color to kind of go around that texture, which is what I love about mixed media. So let's see if we can make that happen down here. I love the effect we got with scraping that spackle on outside of our... Oh, that's absolutely stunning. Oh, I don't even want to move it too much, that I want to show you. Look at that. Oh my gosh, I'm in love. Okay, it almost looks like honey dripping down. That's so beautiful. We may have to pull out another yellow flower and see. We're just going to kind of go with the gut here. This is so dark. So dark, but it's okay. Let me dry this. Okay, I have got to show you more close up here, you guys. This is absolutely phenomenal. I just cannot even get over it. Look at this texture up here. I mean, it's just like you can't even deliberately make that. And I hope that it's the color showing. The sun is going down, so it's a little darker in here, but it's absolutely beautiful. So what I want to do now is I want to go ahead and do some splatter with the blue, and we're going to go ahead and use this as our piece on here. I need to ink this a little bit though, because I've got some white edges from my lousy fussy cutting. So just because I want it pretty. Oh my gosh, that's pretty. Okay, so let me get that in the water. Let me get the fan brush back out. And I wonder if the fan brush is just too... Let me get a different brush and see if we'll get a different result. I have another one here. Maybe we'll try this one. I'm putting it in dirty water though. It's not useful. And we're going to get that manganese blue, because it is the color of blue that's in that. It's not really a turquoise that I thought I was seeing before. That was way too much, as per usual, Cara-Renee. So let's see what it would look like with some blue splatters. It was not completely dry, but I love it. So we're going to set that one aside and let it continue to dry. So that's with our blue butterfly, and that's their yellow flower. So we still have this one. So I need to grab something. I don't want to throw this. I don't want to get rid of this paint. So I'm going to take some of this coffee dyed paper. Actually, let's just use this with the roses and all and see what we get. Never done that before. And wipe the rest of this up. I don't feel quite as guilty. Okay. So much paint. So much paint, so much beauty though, you guys. This is the beauty of play. Mixed media play. So our last tag is this one that we had the combination of the dots, the scraping, and the script, which is really beautiful. So I want to keep this one more neutral. So I want to use some raw umber and some raw sienna and see what we get. So this is the raw sienna, and then you already are familiar with the raw umber. So let's start with raw sienna and get a clean brush here, cleanish. It's kind of hard to get a clean brush when you're dipping into dirty water. Okay, let's spray this. Get a little bit more in here. Now that we've got it saturated, it's going to start moving because we've got water. It's traveling. So it's similar in many ways to watercolor in that, I mean, acrylic paint will still go places. It'll still travel, but it still is going to be more likely to travel where there is liquid. So get some more down here. So pretty. Oh my gosh, this is so pretty. As it is, it's pretty. Okay, because I don't want those to necessarily blend, I'm going to go ahead and heat set this. Okay, that should be good. I'm surprised by how kind of chalky it looks. I don't know if you guys can see that when it focuses. It's kind of got a chalky look. It's very different. So I'm going to kind of bend it back into shape here. And we're going to go in with the raw umber fluid acrylic. I'm trying to put less down. I'm wasting here. Wasting away. Okay, there we go. Let's get some raw umber in here. This is very grungy. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I don't know if I love it. Don't know if I love it. It's actually really, really cool. I want to dab a little bit just to see what happens if I do that and just kind of pounce lightly. Yeah, I like that. We're pulling up some of that more deeper color, but look at that. This is amazing. Let's look at it up against our butterfly. Oh, we need some contrast though. So let me get rid of this right here for now. I know that's wasteful, but it is what it is. Let me dry this. Okay. So I think part of my struggle with red is just knowing how to control the color tones because it's not a favorite of mine. So I'm going to take some of this. Oh, it's not open. Let me get a different color. Let's just use the Quin Red, and I'm going to mix it with a little bit of the raw umber and see if I can push it back a little bit. Don't need much, Cara-Renee. I'm going to put a little bit of brown down. Okay. And more paper towel. Okay, so let's mix that and see what we get. Now we're getting, it's way too much brown. So that's my struggle. Now it almost looks like the alizarin crimson. So let's get a little bit more red in here, which means we're probably going to be wasting some of this paint, but I'm experimenting. Not a red person. I don't like that it looks like blood, so it's a hard thing for me. Okay, so ugh, I don't know how I feel about this. I don't know if we should go in with some or splatter with it. Okay, if we hate it, we hate it. Doesn't even really look red. It looks more brownish, but I think this will do the trick. Splatters are really, really cool in art, no matter where you use them. They just add this kind of artistic flair to something. Getting strings of splatter though, not caring for that. But I love it. I don't think it's really done the trick for what we need with to bring out the red in the butterfly. This is going into the background way too much. But let me think about this a second. I wonder if we could go around the outside a little bit with some of this. I know what I'll do. Gold fixes everything. We got an undertone of magenta here now, I can see. So that might be cool. So let's hold this up. Yeah, that's better though. So let's try this really quick. Okay, did not like that, you guys. So this is turning out really beautiful. I'm going to just sit with it. Sit with the discomfort of it, but somebody would probably love it. Somebody would probably love it. It's just not my jam. So I'm going to wipe this up and bring everything over so that we can put our focal points on. I think I'm going to take a moment and look for some words, perhaps. I've got some Tim Holtz stickers. I think that would work really good on these, so I will be right back. Okay. I think these are ready to go. I am going to put some gold on this one because I really need it to change. I need it to change, so that's just me. I didn't take any pictures either, but you know, it's okay. It's okay. All right. So I'm going to get some of the iridescent gold fine and go around. I'm going to go do some work on this one because I need it to change, as I keep saying. Do you ever have looks like that? Like you're just like, this is just not working. And that's how I feel about this tag. It looks like Halloween and it looks dark, and the butterfly is going to make it look really cool. I just need to get past this, which is, you know, isn't that life? Like, that was my journey, you know. It's like getting past the hard, dark thing to see the beauty that is behind our experiences and our perceptions and our kind of our predisposed views of the world. So we're going to go over this texture with the gold. Okay, we're just going to go for it. Hopefully there's not anything super wet because that will be a bad surprise. This is going to look really almost royal, you know. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. You know, this is like, not to get all deep. You know me, I'm philosophical, I'm deep. I think on different levels of existence. And what this reminds me of is beauty for ashes. You know, that concept where, you know, you could have some tragedy happen and, you know, it's real, right? It's real. It's costly. But I love how God shows us or gives us beauty for the ashes of our grief and the ashes of our difficult memories and our difficult experiences, and allows us to get a new perspective on things. So this is the new perspective. Look at that. It's absolutely gorgeous now. Absolutely gorgeous. I need to set that aside and let it dry though for a moment. Sorry about the clanging. I don't necessarily want to do that with anything else because I really want them to be in their original form here. I'm not super thrilled about this one because I don't like how it, how the blue splattered and made green, but I'm going to go over this with my vintage photo archival ink and give it just kind of a grungy edge. Uh-oh, we just took off some stuff there. Need to be more gentle. Something came loose. It's just giving us a little bit of a frame on this one as well. So pretty. So pretty. But just that, oh, it's just, the texture is just divine. Okay. So just kind of bend this back out, I think. There's not much paint in terms of the gold, so I should be able to move on. I'm just trying to reshape it again here. Oh my gosh, those are so beautiful. So beautiful. Okay. You know what? If I don't take photos, I'm going to regret it. So, I don't know. Everything's a mess though. We're just going to go with it, guys. We're just going to let it go. I need to ink this butterfly. I'm so sorry. I feel like I'm stuck with that color. So I probably need to finish up this video so that I can just step away. You know, triggers are powerful things, and I think that's part of what's happening here. I know, TMI, right? But we're all friends, right? Oh, I love that. Giving it a little bit of vintage photo was really cool. I absolutely love that. I think it's perfect. It really goes into the background, but I think it's okay. So let me get these out of the way. I'm going to use my Fabri-Tac to put this down because I have found that that works the best. And I'm wondering if we should go put a little bit of gold around this as well, just to have it be blended in. Let's do that. We might have to pause on gluing it down for a moment, but this will help it to pop away. I love that. Look at that. Beautiful butterfly. Okay, we're going to have to wait on that one now that I've added more paint. This is just a vicious cycle, isn't it? Back and forth, back and forth. Okay, so let's get this honey over. And I've got my flower. Let's ink her up as well. Oh, that's so pretty. So let's find a word. I just grabbed a bunch of stuff from my drawer. I've got some from 7 Dot Studios, and let's see if anything looks like it fits here. Cart Postal, Sealed with a Kiss, Unscripted, Dusty Envelopes. These don't seem to fit. Make Your Mark. I'm not so feeling that so much. Let's see what else we've got over here. I just pulled all the stickers. All the stickers. So let's see what we've got here. We've got some brown tones here. Dream Journal. True Love Story. Everyone Has a Story. I almost really like that. Everyone Has a Story. I should have pulled some of these before I started because this is taking some time, but you don't know sometimes until you're creating what will work. Some of these are like sticker stuff, so I don't want those. But there are some more under here. Winged Things with painted wings. Oh, I kind of like that with painted wings. Yeah, I like that for this one. With painted wings. Okay. I'm just going to set that on the side of my table. And let's go ahead and glue this flower down. I'll put up an eyelet and stuff up there. I just need to make sure everything is nice and dry before I do that. So I'll do that off camera. So beautiful. I don't want to cover up all that gorgeous texture up there. No siree. Let's just put that right in the middle. I'm going to give it a press, give it a chance to like take hold there. And do we want with painted wings? Yeah, I wish it had more something around it, but it doesn't. So we're just going to go with it. I'm not going to overthink it. This was more about the mixed media work, except that's not going to hold, so we need to, it's not enough sticky to hold on mixed media surface, so a little bit of Fabri-Tac will do it. And let's just put that right there. Just kind of trying to get it evenish. Was this the one I wanted? On the yellow? No! I just did that wrong. I just did that completely wrong. Oh my goodness. Sorry guys. Let me see if I can... Oh, I'm going to pull up stuff. The butterfly is going to go there. This one's supposed to go on the green one. Cannot believe I did that. Ugh. Ugh, ugh, ugh. I was wondering why it was looking different than I had in my head. Yes, this is the one, right? Was this the one? No, I can't remember. Where is my other butterfly? Okay. I think I have this right. If I don't, I don't. I got a little bit waylaid there. Lost my brain. So let's just continue on. It's not going to be terrible no matter what we decide to do, right? So let's go ahead and get this one on this one. I think this is what I wanted. I cannot even remember. I don't think it was this. Yeah, it's not that. I think it's that. So, yeah, I like this. I like that a lot. I think I wanted that because it brings out the yellow in the flower. The background does. So there is that. And then we're going to have to get a different word now. So maybe we should just try for a black and white. Yeah, let's do that. Put a little bit of glue on here. Beautiful. I'm going to put it right up on top of the flower, like so. I love it. I think that was what I had in mind. Let's hope. So I'm hoping that that Fabri-Tac isn't going to show through like crazy, because the butterfly is not going to cover that up. But that's okay. We will deal with it. Did we ink this one? Yes, we did. So let's get that butterfly on here. If it's not what I intended, it is now. Okay. Get this over here. I think originally I was thinking about going off the page with this butterfly. Shall we still do that? I feel like that would be really pretty to kind of go off the page like that, and I'll just cut off the excess. I think when I was planning it, that was kind of what I had in my head. So let's just do that. So pretty. Oh my gosh, this is so pretty. Don't you love when that happens? Oh my gosh. It's lovely. I'm going to go ahead and cut this. These are not my good scissors, so should be all right. Okay. Oh yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. Okay, let's find a word for this baby. Actually, you know what? I'm going to end the video because we're at an hour and 13 minutes regular, real time. That's without cutting out all the drawing and whatever, but I will just show you the photos at the end of the video, and you guys can see what this all turned out to be. But I'm absolutely thrilled with this project. I think it turned out really beautiful, and I will see you in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.